Hey guys, Kev here, and I got a couple of flashlight things to show you. Everybody's favorite. So the first one is from Dapper Designs, and I'm gonna do a full video on this review, but let me just make sure there's nothing else in here. I think this is just padding. Okay. Oh, they even gave me a return label. So kind. Thank you. This is a prototype. So Dapper Designs has a new flashlight coming out. They're doing a Kickstarter. I think it may have launched already. And it's called the Duo. So we have a charging cord. Check this out. So this is a dual flashlight system, and I don't know too much about it, but as I understand it, yeah, they're held together magnetically. Now, this is going to be updated in production, so you can see one of these magnets is missing right now, and I think they're gonna do some things a little differently in production to make this maybe more secure, maybe latch it with the magnets, or there was something there they mentioned to me. But basically you get two flashlights that connect together, and it's very similar to what we've been seeing lately from other brands. We saw it with Ace Beam with the M1 and M2 Terminator, where you got a flood and a throw light in one side by side, very much like this. And then we just saw it from Woobin with the L1, where you could twist it and you had a throwy head and a flood head. And this is a kind of a similar concept. So we have, I believe, aluminum bodies on these, and then we have switches on the back. And I don't know exactly how they function. That's probably something I need to learn. Let me just hold down and see if that does it. Usually their lockout, if I remember from the Ion, is 4 or 5. There it is. It was 5. Yep. All right, 5. So you can see these actually have very different emitters. And I talked to NJT about... I talked to Dapper Designs about this. And because if you saw my video on the Ion X, I mentioned in there that the beam had a greenish tint, and a lot of people don't like that in the flashlight world. And Dapper said that was on them. They made a mistake with the Ion X, and these are 95 CRI. And I actually asked them for the emitters so I could tell you guys. And again, there's gonna be a full video. But they did tell me that the Luminous SST20 for the wide light at 5K. So that is this one. This is a SST20 at 5K. And then we have a Cree XPG4 on this one. And I guess this one might be 4K. It's either that or this is the 5K and this is a even brighter one, because this honestly does look brighter than 5K. My current EDC light is, you can see how this is getting really dim. I don't know if it needs a charge or if I did something. Because they also, if you remember from the Ion, they have moonlight modes. So I might have turned that on accident. Yeah. So, I don't have the programming in front of me. I'm going to learn all this. But my EDC today is a 5K emitter. And you can see this is much cooler than that. So what I think is the Cree is this one. And this is the SST40 or 20 at 5K. Because that's much closer, right? I think. So anyway, I'm going to learn more about this. I just wanted to give you guys a little sneak peek as I unbox it. Let me know what you guys think of this. It does look to me like both of these are sort of throwy in my opinion. So I don't know if they have one that's going to be more. This one on the left is definitely got way more throw. You can see that hot spot where this one is more subdued. So yeah, this one actually I think is more floody. If you look at it, this one has a orange peel reflector, but it still has a reflector, so I don't know. And this one has a very smooth reflector, which means it's going to have better throw, in my opinion, from my experience. But anyway, very cool. They snap together like that, and then you can take them apart, use them separately if you want to, keep them separately if you want to. You don't have to even keep these together. They each have a clip, but you get two awesome types of flashlight in one. I think that's a really cool idea. It's unique for sure. Even though we've seen things like this, we haven't seen it where you can split it, right? These are charged via USB-C right down here. So does look like internal batteries. I don't think you can swap the batteries out unless there's something I'm missing, but I will ask a lot of questions and I will learn a lot. And it would be cool if you could do this and put them backwards. They did say, oh, that's what they told me about the magnets. They're making it where they're kind of held in with something and then you can reverse polarity. So if you bought a different one, right? Like let's say you buy these two together, but then you wanted a different light. You could go on their website, buy just half. Well, what if the polarity doesn't line up, right? So they're making it where you can fiddle with the magnets and make sure that they snap together. So I wonder if you could fiddle with it and make them snap together like this, because then that would be pretty cool. You could kind of have it like this for one side and then flip it over like this for the other. Technically, you can do that now just like this. Look at that. So now I have them kind of at a staggered thing. So now I can click this a little easier, right? Turn that one back off and then flip over. I want this one. Boom. You know, I don't know how practical this all is, but I think it's very cool. So shout out to Dapper Designs. Check out the Kickstarter. I will link it down below. I do have a discount code for Dapper Designs. I don't know if it's going to work on the Kickstarter. I'll see if I can get a Kickstarter link as well for you guys. But yeah, check it out. That is awesome. And then this one is pretty special to me, guys. If you're in the flashlight world, you know who Jeff Hanko is. He is one of the foremost custom makers in the flashlight realm. Custom flashlight realm for sure, right? And I sent him one of my lights because I'll tell you why. I bought this light off a friend, and it's a zirconium light. I think I've shown it before on the channel. This one right here, and it had this little gap right here. And I didn't know if that was normal or not. And I showed a picture of it to Ken, who is kind of the guy who runs the Hanko Facebook group. And Ken was like, what's up with that gap? And I was like, damn it. So I sent it back to my buddy, and he took a little bit off the pill to make it line up a little bit better. Well, then I put my tritium and gasket in, and then I kind of felt like I still had this gap. It was very minimal, but I was still like, eh. So I just asked Ken, I was like, hey, can I send this to Hanko to have him bring that gap in? And he's like, yeah, dude, of course you can. So he gave me the address, and I shipped this to Jeff. Well, the other day, I get a phone call, and it's Jeff Hanko. Just like, hey, it's Jeff. And I'm like, Jeff Hanko? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, shit. I don't know why. I kind of geek out a little bit that it was Jeff Hanko that called me. And we start talking, and he tells me the Zirc flashlights have to have a little bit of a gap here. And he basically explains it has something to do with the conductivity of Zirc. You know, Zirc's not conductive when it's blackened. I know that. But the way he gets around it, whatever. There's a whole reason why. And so there has to be a little bit of a gap. So I kind of feel dumb for wanting to get rid of the gap and then not knowing that. But he basically said he made it to where there's literally just like 1/10 or whatever of an inch of gap. And yeah, it definitely looks perfect to me now. As long as it lines up, like as long as this gap kind of lines up with these, it kind of makes me feel like it's fine. Because if you look at this one has a little bit of a gap, but it's on purpose. You can see that shiny line, and that matches the shiny line here and the shiny line here, whatever you want to call those. So they all kind of go together, right? But then when we were talking, he's like, yeah, I noticed you wanted to put tritium in here or whatever. And he tells me, he's like, yeah, I don't know if you've seen the way I do tritium. And I was like, no, the way I've been doing it is my buddy Steve has been drilling the legs. There's like these little 3 holes for the legs on the optics. And he's been drilling through the front, and then we slide the tritium in, right? And he's like, yeah, that's how I used to do it. But when you drill them, it makes the legs weaker. So then when you tighten down the driver and everything, it tends to snap the tritium tubes. And if you guys, I don't know if I've talked about it, but I've broken like at least 3 or 4 tritium tubes trying to get them in flashlights, because I go to tighten the driver down, and unless you just do hand tightness, you'll end up cracking one of the tritium tubes. So I'm one of those people who loves to crank screws down. I like to have everything tight. So I've struggled with it, but I've gotten pretty good at it now to where I just hand tighten it and I let it go. And I haven't had issues with the lights or anything. But Jeff said the way I do it is I glue them to the optic. So he takes smaller tritium. He takes, I think, a 1x3 millimeter tritium tube, and he glues 2 of them on each side in a triangle. See that? Boom, 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 boom. So there's 6 tritium tubes in here, and he uses UV glue, which, as I understand it, is like really, really, really good glue. And you basically would have to break the optic to get them off. So it's like the perfect way to do tritium. Of course, you have to use 6 tubes, but god damn, that looks good. And I bet you at night it's gonna look insane. I really want to turn the lights off to show you, because I haven't turned the light on yet. So let's do that. You guys want to see it? And then I actually got another flashlight, so I'll show you that too. But let's look at this real quick. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Look at that. It looks like a sight on a... Oh, my God, that's freaking gorgeous. So this is what they usually look like. Now, there's not a gasket in here. I guess I'll have to see if I can still put one in. But this is what they normally look like. Just 3 little dots. And it works fine for me, honestly. All my lights have them, all my triples, so I'm happy with that. But that is just cool. Look at that. That's freaking amazing. So, let's get the lights back on. Oh, there is a gasket. Wait, is there? It's still in there. I think the blue gasket is still in there. Cool, so I don't even have to take this thing apart. Awesome. Okay, there's no battery, I guess. Oh, it's so smooth, dude. Oh, it's so smooth. I love it. All right, let's get some batteries out this bitch. Drop in a battery. Oh, smooth as butter. Look at that, nice and tight. So here we go. We have the 3 secondary lights. Perfect. And then we have the normal lights. And this actually has, oh, it's so beautiful. This has 519A, 4500K emitter in it because my buddy already did that before he sold it to me. So cool. Dude, I'm stoked. Yeah, blue gaskets in there already. And then I have blue tritium. And I have a blue secondary. This is the ultimate Hanko right here, guys. A zirconium Hanko reactor with freaking tritium optics, gasket, dragon driver, 519A, 4500K, glow gasket. Oh, yeah, baby. That is sick. Thank you so much, Jeff. You are the freaking man. And then that's not all, folks. Yeah, baby. So I wanted a proto. So this is, as I understand it, this is a proto reactor. So I think when he was making this pattern, he created this first or something, right? It's sort of the opposite if you look at it. But this one's more aggressive, like, so it grabs you more. So going in your pocket or whatever, it's going to be a little bit more rough, where this is a little bit rough, but, it, you know. So this is one of the rougher ones that they make. But I just really wanted one. And I was going back and forth so hard between camo tie and stonewash tie for this. And you know what? I made the absolutely correct decision going with camo tie. Look at that. Let's grab another. Oh, so this one is going to be, wow, that's just, look at that. It's almost too smooth. It's almost too smooth. Like, I feel like, nah, it's got a little bit of a, it has a, when you loosen it, so it's fine. Man, his shit is insane, dude. So this is going to have Dr. Jones in it. So I'm going to have to do my magic here. I have an idea, actually. So we have his switch in there. Oh, my God, that thing's bright. See, this one doesn't step down immediately like my other one was doing. So this has a Dr. Jones driver in it, which is fine. But it's just not my favorite. Now, this actually has the clear optic because I asked for those with the tritium. Normally, it would come with a frosted one. But I am, unfortunately, just going to switch this out. So I have a plan. So this is going to devolve. Let me grab my other Hankos and we can talk. All right. So I believe I have 6 now. And this is, it's my favorite custom flashlight brand. I just absolutely love them. Now, what he told me was he only had the blue tritium. So what I was thinking was, because this one was the only one I had that was green, and I have green tritium in here. So what I was going to do is swap some stuff, right? Because I like to have the tritium match the driver. So if you look at the ones I have, right, and this is going to, like I said, this is going to devolve, guys. So if you don't want to nerd out, you know, sorry. So you have a green secondary on this. Now this is a quantum driver, which is going to come in handy in a second. So this is green, and then I have that glow gasket, which kind of has a little bit of a green tint to it. And then I have green tritium in there. This one has a red secondary, and then it has an orange gasket, and I think orange tritium might be red. I'm not positive. This one we just saw is all blue. This one is all red. So everything in there is red, tritium, gasket, dragon. This one's actually amber, so it matches, right? So you have orange tritium, and you have an orange gasket with the amber. So what I think I need to do is changed this one because this one has, I'm not sure what color the tritium is, but the gasket is orange, and I think I have red now. And then this one doesn't obviously have a gasket, and it doesn't have a drag and driver, but we're gonna fix all that. The only issue is I don't have a blue drag and driver for it. So I'll show you what's gonna happen here. So you can see I have two red ones. So I can put a red one in here and match everything, I think. That's what I wanna do. And then I have the driver, is that in here? Yep, I have one ready to go. I literally had my buddy already make me this. I sent him a couple of my, because I'd swapped these out already, I had a couple of pills, Hanko pills, even though it's a tri-start threading, which, you know, if you know, you know. That's the threading. So like, watch, when I loosen this, you see how quick it comes off? Literally a full turn maybe, and it comes off the body. Where the older ones, like this one, I think those are, and the Zerk one, you have to do maybe 4 rotations to get it off. So you can't just take a conversion pill that you buy on CWF and put it in here. You can't do that, unfortunately. So what we're gonna do is put this one in. This one has, guess it, 519A, and it has green secondary. So for this one, I'm gonna go green gasket, green secondary, right? And I'm almost tempted to put this gasket in there because I kind of like that green where it's kind of more subtle. This green is gonna, like, you can see it when you're in your beam. You can see the gasket sometimes. Like, watch, you'll see the red for sure. You see that red here? Yeah, it's hard to show you, but hopefully you can see the red shooting out of there. That's from the gasket. So I could take this sort of green one out of here, and I'm going to take this out anyway to swap, and I could put it in here versus doing a bright green one. I don't know what I want to do. I think I'm just going to go full green because it's cool. So let's start with that. So that's going to be green. And then this one has green tritium in it already. So I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to put it into this one. This will all make sense when I'm done, promise. So essentially, this full twist camo tie is going to be the one that ends up with that awesome tritium optic from Hanko, because I need it to be blue, right? So let's take this off. So this is greens, and these are going to go with this. So I just need to get this lined up. Make sure we're showing all of the secondaries. Nope. Have to flip it over maybe. One more. It's got to work here. There we go. That's got to be it, right? I'll double check. Just gotta drop this in. Boom. All right, everything's in. Are all 3 showing? Yes, sir. All right. So then this is gonna go into, oh, this is one of those 3D printed ones. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm glad I swapped it out. I have some of these 3D printed ones that I got, and they work pretty fine, and they're cheap if you're interested. Here's some extra, here's my tritium that I'm waiting to put in stuff. And then here's some that I already had in that I had to take out because I sold the light or did something, I don't know. So I have all these left over. So I'm gonna actually need, I think, nope, I actually have a blue right in here. We're gonna need that. All right, so all makes sense soon enough. So now I need the new one, which is here. Oh god. All right, so this is gonna go, oh shit, this won't work. I gotta do the, it's the one thing I didn't think of. Damn it, Kev. What do I have? I just have a red one. So I have to take this down to, unless I did it on one of these. Please, 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 please tell me I did it. Please tell me I did it, please. Yes! Hell yeah, baby! Don't worry, guys. I know I sound insane right now, but it's okay. It's okay. So watch. One of these gaskets in here that I took out of my peanut I sold, I already used the Dremel and cut it for a quantum dragon driver. Because the quantum dragon driver has the secondary lights in different locations than the dragon driver. So, and they don't exist yet, gaskets specifically for it. So you have to take a dragon gasket and then cut it. I'm gonna flip this over, I think. And there we go. That'll line up perfectly. All right, cool. So that's that. Again, it'll all make sense. Don't worry. Let me see if this works in here. My little barrel tool. Damn. He's got that in there real tight. That's good to know, though. Oh, dude, that was tight. That's good to know that you can go that tight with that optic in there, because it doesn't matter. The tritium thing isn't an issue anymore. So cool. So look, the tritium is literally UV glued down there. So you don't have to worry about how tight you crank down that pill. It's freaking awesome. I'm so stoked. All right. So this is going to go on here now. Let me just get it lined up. Drop it in. Just going to make sure there's no reason I can't crank it down. That gasket is not going to push up. I mean, I see no reason that gasket could push up against the tritium. Look, there's a gap. So perfect. Just make sure I still have this lined up. All three are showing. Oh, this is going to be sick, dude. That's so much nicer, honestly. So this, oh, yeah, no, what am I talking about? Man, I keep second guessing myself. So this is going to go in here. Let me just make sure this is clean. Can't tell if it's dirty on the outside or inside. They're much harder to clean on the inside, so I'm hoping it's all on the outside. Yeah, we're good. All right. So you just take this, and this is a quantum conversion pill. So it'll thread right in here, because again, this is one of the older ones, which is what I was second guessing a second ago. And I usually just try to tighten it as much as I can by hand. Okay. And again, with this optic, I don't have to worry about how tight I go, so I can tighten this on down. Nice. All right, so that one's good to go. And you'll see now we have a blue gasket. Now we have this blue tritium you can't see yet. We'll hopefully be able to show you later. But uh-oh, God, this is green. No! Well, guess what? It's a quantum driver. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Tap. Now we're gonna go to color, red. We want blue. So now this puppy is blue. 3 blue lights as we needed. And now we have blue, blue, blue. Hell yeah, baby. All right, that one's done. So then this goes in here. Now with this one, I need to be careful. This one I can't crank down, so I need to, man, I really don't like how it's on there, but this is the problem with the tritium as is. But it should be fine. So what I'm gonna do is just try to give it a little bit of hand tightening. Like that. Hopefully it didn't break anything. And then we put a battery in here. Uh-oh, there we go. No gap, everything looks good, right? Yep. That space was there, right? Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would be there. There has to be some kind of space. Yes, okay. And now, this one, green, and, uh-oh. 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 Shit. All right, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Let's try tightening. Just see if that does anything. That looks fine. All right, I think it was just loose. See, that's the problem. You can't tighten the tritium. You have to be very gentle, and it's like just that little bit could make where the driver gets a little funky on you, you know? So you just have to play it, you know. I think we're going to try. I think Steve is going to try this. I mean, I could even try to do this. I did get some UV glue. But the downside to this method is this size only comes in blue and green. So you can't do red, orange. You can't do any other colors. But, you know, it is what it is. So here's the optic with... Yeah, this is just a clear optic, nothing on it. I put this here, and I will put that in here. And this will just be an extra Dr. Jones driver. And the thing about this is now I have another pill. So now I could send this off to get a new Dragon driver installed. So it's kind of like a rotating thing you do. I do. Sorry, not you do. I do, because I'm a maniac. Because I want Dragon drivers in everything. And I also want new lights. So it's like, it's a revolving door of things. All right, so this one is set up, hopefully. I didn't crack those. They look fine. We're going to check all this, by the way. But we still have one to do. We got to do this, right? I got to figure out what's in here right now. If they're red, then that makes my life easier. If they're orange, then I have to do some work and show you, which will be cool. But so give me a second. I think they're red. Yeah, those are red. Because orange looks like this. And that's red. Right? So I might just show you the process of putting the tritium in after I get the... I'll show you in a second. You guys might find it cool. I don't know. So first, let's swap this one out real quick. I really like this one. I bought this light off my buddy Steve, or I traded him. So with this one, I can probably use the barrel tool. So you just line it up. I try not to do it on the ones with the solder because that's probably not a good idea, but just try to line it up in those gaps. And then it's so much nicer to just do this. But sometimes they don't fit perfectly because they're not necessarily made for other lights. They're really made for barrels. Which reminds me, guys, I am selling a barrel M2JN, and I'm also selling a La Lima Starfall. So if you're interested in either of those, let me know. So let's take this off. It's gonna stay. What doesn't matter. See if I can just line this up, get it done quicker this way. That's not it. Is that it? Nope. Nope. Flip it over. There we go. All right. So should just go on like this, and then pop in just like that, and it should be good already. Yep. All right. So now I have red tritium with a red gasket. Just wanted to make this one all red. I didn't have enough red gaskets when I initially did this one. That's why I used orange. But I've sold a few lights, which has really helped because I've been able to open up my inventory of stuff. All right, so I need to be careful because I can't over tighten. So hand tighten, there we go. Hopefully it didn't crush anything or leave it too loose. There we go. All right, so those are done. So I still have a few left, but you know, I'm really toning down my light purchases because I'm putting a new deck on and it's like 20 plus grand. Probably gonna spend 30 by the time I'm done with this whole project, so I'm trying to be smart. So those are all the Hankos. I'll just show you real quick what I was talking about with the optics. So are these the ones? Yeah. So my buddy Steve was kind enough to drill these for me. And well, this is the one I wanted to try. So we could test this out here since we're doing Shenanigans. I'll show you both things. So I have tritium here that I bought. Oh, actually, no, I can't because I don't have the green yet, I don't think. I have more on the way. Let me see what I have. I have TII. What the hell is the I? I have R for red, O for orange. Oh, ice blue. So I have these 6 ice blues. I just ordered extra because I had all these lights. I expected to have more, and then I kind of sold a bunch of shit. But it's cool because now I have tritium I can use for stuff. But I need green for this project, so that doesn't help. So I'll just show you what I do because I might as well. Let's just put I already have a bunch of blue ones, so maybe we could do an orange one. I'm less likely to need that. So put this back too. So he did the hard work, basically. So I'm not trying to take credit for any of that. Shout out to Steve. He did the hard work. He drilled. He created this thing to be able to drill into the leg safely. And he's done a really good job. I mean, occasionally, you know, you get a little bit of warpage and stuff like this, but they've all held up pretty good. The key thing is to make sure the front of the gasket is clean. So if you have any plastic or whatever up here. You want to make sure you clean that off. And then I've noticed that sometimes the tritium still won't quite fit. So he actually recommended I buy this thing on Amazon. It was literally like 10 bucks. And it comes with different size drill. It's a hand drill essentially. And one of the sizes is 1.5. I guess it's millimeter. Because that's what the tritium is, 1.5. So you take this, you put that in there. So now you basically have a hand drill. I don't think this does anything. I think you're literally just turning it and that's drilling it. Oh, I guess you can palm it and do that. So basically what he told me to do is just take this and kind of go in there and drill it just a little bit. Just go kind of in and out. And you're basically just cleaning up the drilling that he did and making it a little bit wider so that that tritium can get in there a little better. And you can see it's doing a little bit here. It's not going crazy or anything. I'll do this one. It's actually doing more than I thought. I'm not really trying to drill down like I accidentally just did. I'm trying to just kind of drill out what's already drilled out and just clean it. All right. So, and then kind of blow it out. Best thing to do for me is just take a little bit of canned air, blow it into each one. Then, again, just making sure everything's clean. This one's got a little bit of catch here, but it should be fine. As long as the tritium doesn't stick out, you know, you should be good. So you want to get 3 out. Then put these 3 away. Okay. And then this is the hard part because they're so damn small. Just take it and slot it in. And now they go in way easier because I did a little bit of extra, right? Now you got to make sure, you see how that's sitting up? You got to make sure it goes down. So this is one that is probably going to crack as soon as I tighten it because it's just not deep enough. So what I want to do is try to get it out. And you gotta hope that it's loose enough in there that it's actually gonna come back out. And I'm not sure it is. Yeah, it's starting to come out a little bit, I think. There she comes. Come on, baby. Damn it. And you need to come out a little bit more so I can grab it. I'm gonna whack it on something. Probably not a good idea to shake all this stuff. Here we go. Okay, my kid's screaming. I'm gonna be right back. Okay, she wanted blueberries. It was the end of the world for blueberries. God damn it. I can't find anything good to tap this on. I really want to get this out. Oh, come on. It's coming out. I mean, look at that. Turtle head's poking out for sure. There it goes. All right. So now I don't remember which one that I have to drill it deeper, unfortunately. Which might take off this leg. That was a good bit we did there. Just cleaning it out, basically. There's just a lot of shit in here. Okay, let's see. That might not even have been the right one, but hopefully this one goes in deep enough. Yeah, that one's flat. Okay. Let's just do that to each one just to be safe, right? I think that's essentially what he was telling. Oops. That's why I didn't want to do it. Because I knew I would fucking do that. But honestly, I don't think that's deep enough. I don't think that's deep enough that it's actually gonna, like, the tritium's gonna come out. I don't think it matters. So let's see if I can get this one in. Probably just gonna go in. Yep, should be fine. Because the leg is sitting in the hole in the. So you just gotta make sure it doesn't fall out while you're, you know. I'm just gonna do the same thing. Yeah. Why not? If you're risking having it sit up too high and break, or you just have it where there's a hole in the back, I'd rather just have the hole in the back. There you go. And they're not falling out or anything. So they're in there. You could use glue if you wanted to. I have UV glue, but there's really no point. So that's essentially how I'm doing the tritium. You could probably just use this. If you were trying to do this at home, let's see. Let's test it. I'll grab a shitty optic I don't care about because I have some of those. Like a frosted one or something that just doesn't matter. Like this. So this is a frosted optic or something. So let's just pretend. Let's try to do it all by hand. I don't know if it's possible, but let's just see. Honestly, it might be easier to just go from the back and then you'd know you're doing it straight, right? I'm just going to try to put a mark on it. It's really hard on camera, but... So, there we go. Marked it, and then you just twist. Yeah, I mean, the amount of control you probably need to do this straight. That's why I'm using an optic I don't care about. Because we know I'm going to fuck this up. But potentially, if you are someone who has great hand-eye or something, you could probably pull this off. I'm just going to see how far I get on this first one. I'm not going to go all the way. Like, I'm not going to do all three. I'm in the leg, though. But I'm about to bust out the side. I think. Yeah. See, I was about to bust out the side here. So that's pretty hard. Trying to do that all by hand would be really, really tough. Honestly, now that I know it, I would probably just go the Hanko route and do this. But you would have to have green or blue. You order the 1x3 millimeters and you do that. If you want red, orange, you know, stuff like that, then you got to figure out, you got to have somebody drill these. Yeah, I don't know if Steve is selling those or anything to people. He was just helping me out. He created like a rig where he has a power drill that can just go. It was pretty crazy how he built it. So anyway, now I have an orange one that I'll put in here. I'll just do this. Take an orange gasket, put it with that, and see if I can fit it in here with these other three. All right, cool. So that's probably enough shenanigans for today, right? Where are we at? Probably an hour again. I actually just dropped this down and then tighten it because it's the only one I'm using. But for doing the cleanup work, that does work actually pretty well. So just to, this is trash, right? So just to close this out, I'm gonna show you each one and then I'm gonna turn the lights off and we can check out what they all look like now. Cool? Cool. All right. So we have, I'll do it in order of how I got them. So this is my first one. This is the, these are all Hanko Tridents. This is camo tie, and I asked on this one for a Tesseract twist. So I don't think I would ever do that again, mix and match patterns. I just couldn't decide. It was so hard choosing your first Hanko, and I was able to choose anything. Like he was making it for me. It wasn't like I just found one on secondary. That makes it easy, right? But I could choose literally any pattern, any finish, any material. It was like, oh my God. And I ended up, you know, camo tie with a Tesseract twist. And I love it. But, you know, I don't think I would mix patterns again. That's the only thing with the Tri-Start threads, is they're a little harder to get on the head if you're not lined up perfectly. Because I guess they have 3 starts, they have to be perfect. But yeah, so I have this one, and this one has orange glow, or orange tritium, and an orange glow gasket, and has the orange, has the 519A 4500K emitters with a CWF Dragon driver. The next one I got was, I wish it would stand up with the clip, but okay. The next one I got was this one, also directly from Hanko. I got the reactor pattern, and this time I got stonewashed titanium. And I really wanted to try stonewashed, and I think it came out really, really good. I really like the stonewash look with the reactor pattern. And then this one has red tritium and red gasket. And this one is sporting a CWF, a 219C 5000K emitter and a red CWF Dragon driver. The next one I got, I think, was this one. I had another one in there, 2 actually, that I got and sold. I don't have those anymore. So this was the next one I got. And this is a full Tesseract. So this is like this, but the full, it's like this, but the full pattern, which I prefer. And this has the single start in it. And I love it. Stonewash tie looks gorgeous. This one has a red gasket and red tritium, because we just looked at that. And this one also has 5000K CWF Dragon driver, red, and it's 219C. And it looks like this one's fritzing out a little bit. Probably needs, is this the same one? This is the one we had the issue with. originally. Am I just not? Yeah, I think it's just loosening. I just am so afraid to over tighten it, but I need it to work. So what are you gonna do? No, wait, this wasn't that. Wasn't it that one that did that? See, now it's fine. But then what I noticed is when you loosen it, when you take the head off to change the battery or something, it tends to loosen the driver. Didn't do it that time, but so I don't know, whatever. Anyway, this one has 5000K 219C as well. Red and red and red. Cool. All right, trying to shut up. Then I got this one in a trade with Brian, and I got the full twist camo tie. This thing is freaking gorgeous, and you guys just saw me put the blue gasket, and it has the blue tritium, and it has a quantum dragon driver, which is what I'm going to put in this one if it keeps acting up. I'm going to put a quantum in there and just go to red on that, and that should, you know, maybe solve my problems. Does this seem... I guess it's fine. All right. So that one's all blued. And then this is the next one I got. Obviously, this is the zirconium full reactor. Blue, 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 blue. You guys get the story at this point. This one has 519A as well. 4500K, because I had already do that work. And then the last one is the full proto reactor, which now has the green. Oh, and I didn't swap out the cover. All right. Oh, if you guys haven't seen that, I'll show you that real quick. He actually, I don't know if he sells it or what, but Hanko sent me this tool, which is awesome. So you just take the tool and you put it down around this. There's a ring around the boot cover, and you kind of slot it in there, and then you can loosen the ring off, and then you can get the boot cover off. And then, I mean, he just put this together, so I doubt it's gonna be loose, but yeah, perfect. And then I need to grab the boot cover of choice, which is the Okluma. I just prefer it because it's a little stiffer rubber, where I think these are more like loose. I'm sure they're all made in China, but so the cool thing about the way this tool works is I think I can do it with this too. You just kind of shove the boot cover in, and then you put the tool around it, right? And engage it like that. And then you can just kind of drop this in, find the threads, and it should just let you tighten it down like that, which is freaking awesome. Boom. How about that shit right there? So this one has the, why is it, it's making me, it's like the driver must stick out a bit more than normal. But it actually lets it tighten a little bit better now, which is cool. So let's see how this works. So we have green secondaries, and then 519A again, and this is 4500K. And I need to program this guy, because watch. Long press, let go. Long press, let go. Does this have reversing options on? No. Does it have memory? Off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. So I just need to change the one thing. 2, 3, 4. All right, now we should be good. It should be low secondary. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, perfect. No memory. All right. So, and this one is camo tie, full reactor, proto reactor, whatever, green, shutting the fuck up, sorry. All right, those are all 6 of the Hankos. Sorry, I really like these, and I don't know, I thought some of you guys might want to see all the intricacies of the tritium stuff and whatnot, and I just like to ramble. So I'm going to cut the lights, and I'll show you all the tritium, and then we'll be done. I'll turn it off. So, thank you guys for checking the video out. Big, huge shout out to Jeff Hanko for just being fucking awesome. Making the coolest lights ever. Just being a cool dude, offering to do the tritium and everything, fixing my shit. And big shout out to Ken for helping me facilitate a few of these by talking to Jeff. And big shout out to Steve for being the man helping me with the tritium and everything. Big shout out to my buddy Artie for doing the mod work on a bunch of this stuff. Big shout out to Brian for trading me this one. Steve for trading me that one. Everybody, you guys are the shit. All right, here we go. Oh, they look so sick. Now, some of these gaskets are going to be showing because of the... I turned them up, I lit them up there, but let's just see how this goes. Beautiful, man, just sexy. All right, that's all of them right there. So I officially have one in every Dragon Driver color. That was one of my goals, was to have a green dragon, amber dragon, red dragon, and blue dragon, and I do. And then I also have the I have 3 reds. No, I have 2 reds and an amber, and then I have a blue, and then this blue is the quantum. So yeah, I want to see if I can find those ones with the tritium in them. Can't seem to tell. Oh, there. Yeah, they're lit up. They're just very hard to see because the gasket. So the gasket almost like ruins it. But once I'm in the dark and I haven't used this for a while, all you'll see is the tritium, I assume. So that'll be cool. So that would be these 2, right? 2 blue ones that have that. You can kind of see the little triangles in there. So, but you saw it earlier. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Thanks. Sorry for the super long video, but I had fun. So that's what's important. I love you guys. I'll catch you later. Peace.